You guys see the thumbs ups. You see the I just gave a school a fleet of Lamborghini smile. But do you see contestant number 42? Because I see him, and he's been standing in that red circle for 6 hours doing nothing but mouth breathing on my expensive 8K cameras. I lean in closer, whispering. He's got the survival instincts of a gluten-free crouton. See contestant 19, the yoga instructor? She said she had inner peace. Well, inner peace just met a DJI Mavic Pro at 140 decibels. She's currently trying to meditate, but her left eyelid is twitching so hard it's sending Morse code for help me. The professional opinion. You can't buy the kind of face she's making right now. That's the face of a woman who realizes her spiritual alignment isn't worth a check with 5 zeros if there's a buzzing noise nearby. And then there's the negotiators. Every time I walk onto the set, someone tries to art of the deal me. Contestant 84, the guy in the suit, tried to pull me aside. He goes, Jimmy, listen, give me $50K now. I'll fake a fall, we get the clip, and I'll tweet that Feastables cured my lactose intolerance. I looked him dead in the eye and said, Sir, I have a budget of $4 million for this video. I don't need your fake fall. I have a literal plane hovering overhead ready to drop 50,000 pounds of slime on you. I want the real pain. Pro tip, don't try to out-scam the guy who spent $2 million on a set that looks like a giant game of mousetrap. I'm not a businessman, I'm a high-budget gremlin. The content crisis. I'm anxiously refreshing the analytics page on a laptop. The retention is flatlining. Nobody wants to watch people succeed. They want to watch someone realize they've spent 700 hours in a box for a prize that is actually just a $200,000 gift card to a store that only sells left-handed scissors. I turn to a producer off camera. Is the money blizzard ready? No, the actual blizzard. Use the liquid nitrogen. I want their eyelashes to have frost on them. It looks better in 4K. Back to the camera. We've reached the end game. It's been 45 days. Contestant 1, his name is Tyler, or Target Practice as the crew calls him, is the last one standing. I offered him a Lamborghini to quit 10 days ago. He told me, and I quote, the Lambo doesn't have enough cup holders for my lifestyle.
We've done it! We have officially reached peak content. I have successfully spent more money on this one video than the GDP of a small European nation. And Gary, bless his soul, is currently trying to eat his own shoe because he thinks I hit a golden ticket in the heel. Gary, there is no ticket in the shoe. I told you the prize was under the island. You've been digging for 48 hours with a plastic spoon. You're not digging toward a prize. You're digging toward a structural collapse. But hey, it looks great on the drone shot. Ha ha! We've done it! We've reached the final boss of YouTube! Brian has been sitting in a chair for 600 hours! The challenge? Don't think about a hippo. If he thinks about a hippo, a giant mechanical foot comes out of the ceiling and kicks his $200,000 prize into a literal shredder! But look at Kevin. Kevin told me in his audition that he was a professional tightrope walker. Kevin lied. Kevin is currently shaking so hard he's creating his own localized earthquake. He's dropped 4 bars already. That's $40,000 of gold currently being used as chew toys by the kittens. The audacity of Kevin. He just asked if he could take a 5-minute bathroom break. Kevin, you were over a pit of kittens. You have been there for 2 minutes. I have spent $3 million on this set. I've got a crew of 200 people living on protein shakes and adrenaline, and you want to go use the facilities? The producer's note. I don't pay people to have bladders. I pay them to be the protagonist of a thumb-stopping nightmare. If Kevin falls, the video gets 20 million more views. At this point, I'm actually rooting for the kittens. We've done it! We have officially reached the point where the money has lost all meaning! Doug has been in the ping pong pit for 3 weeks. His only task? Find the one ping pong ball that has his social security number written on it in invisible ink! I look at Doug. He's swimming through the balls, weeping quietly. Look at him! He's lost his mind! He just tried to eat a ping pong ball because he thought it was an egg! Doug, it's plastic! It's air and disappointment! I told him the last person to leave the circle wins a private island. You know what he asked me? He asked if the island has good Wi-Fi because he has a high-level raid tonight? Buddy, you're about to own a tropical ecosystem and you're worried about your level 80 paladin? Look at him! Contestant 72! He told his audition tape he was an engineer. An engineer of what, Dave? Disappointment? He's been trying to fit a square peg into a round hole for 20 minutes. I'm literally offering him $50,000 to build a birdhouse, and he's currently having a breakdown because the instructions don't have enough words. It's Legos, Dave. It's pictures. It's universal. A toddler could do this. But I've got a grown man in a $400 hoodie weeping over a 2x4 brick.
It's 3 a.m. We are on day 14 of the last person to stop hugging this giant cactus wins a private jet challenge. We started with 100 people. We are down to 2. One is a high school track star. The other is a guy named Biff who told me his only hobby is waiting.
Welcome to day 30. 30 days. Do you know what happens to the human psyche after a month of smelling Nesquik and hearing my voice over a loudspeaker? They don't even want the money anymore. They want revenge. Look at contestant 4. She was a life coach. Now she's whispering to a piece of floating foam she named Senator Sprinkle. She thinks the senator's giving her financial advice.
Leaning over the console, watching Tyler try to nap while standing up. He thinks he's won. He thinks I'm going to walk out there with a giant check and a hug. But he forgot about the retention pivot. If Tyler wins now, the video's 12 minutes long. If Tyler almost wins and then fails because he gets distracted by a literal cloud of $100 bills being shot out of a cannon at his face, the video is 22 minutes long and gets a 15% higher click-through rate. I place my hand on a gold-plated lever. I'm about to do what's called a pro-gamer move. I'm going to tell him his mom is on the phone, but the phone is actually just a speaker inside a piñata filled with bees. Oh, look, Gary found the mystery box. He thinks it's the $10 million check. Gary opens the box on screen. It's just a picture of me laughing. I burst out laughing, then immediately go deadpan. The look on his face, that's art. That's worth the $400,000 we spent on the custom-molded box. He's looking at my 2D face with more hatred than a man who just discovered his car was towed. I tap a button on my gold-plated remote. I just activated the nostalgia filter. The walls of the arena are now playing 24/7 footage of Brian's 3rd grade birthday party where nobody showed up. On screen, a young Brian is seen blowing out candles alone. Hey, Brian, remember the piñata that nobody hit? That piñata had more resilience than you do right now.
We've done it! We have officially run out of things to buy! I tried to buy a cloud yesterday, and the government told me that's not how physics works. I told them physics is just a suggestion when you have a high enough click-through rate.
The latest upgrade. I press a button on my wrist-mounted control panel. The retention graph is looking like a ski slope, and not the fun kind. We need a climax. Above the pit, a giant crane begins lowering a 50-ton block of solid frozen mayonnaise. Doug, new rule. If you don't find the bowl in the next 60 seconds, the mayo block releases. It's 12,000 calories of condiment destiny. Doug, search faster. I turn back to the camera, whispering. I don't even have 50 tons of mayo. It's actually just painted styrofoam, but Doug doesn't know that. His fear of being smothered in egg-based spread is the only thing keeping the 18 to 24-year-old demographic from clicking away to a Minecraft parkour video. The recruiting process. People think I handpick these contestants for their heart and soul. No, I pick them based on how funny they look when I tell them they have to eat a 10-pound burger made of solidified mayonnaise. Take the Chad in the blue shirt. He told me he's a fitness influencer. He's been in the $100,000 Don't Let Go of the Pole challenge for 40 minutes, and he's already vibrating like a faulty washing machine. I've seen more core strength than a wet noodle. The internal monologue. I'm starting to think my contestants aren't humans anymore. They're just biological RNG machines. I put money in, they produce weird noises and skin rashes, and I get 100 million views. It's the circle of life. The logistical nightmare. Do you know what my insurance premium is this month? The agent just sent me a get well soon card. Not because I'm sick, but because he knows I'm about to drop a literal house on a guy dressed as a penguin. Look at the expert team I hired. I've got a marine biologist, a structural engineer, and a guy whose only job is to make sure the lose sound effect is loud enough to be heard from space.